All right, well, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a Friday. I just stopped at UPS and Walgreens, which is my local FedEx drop-off. I got to drop something off at AutoZone, and then maybe we'll hit Goodwill. Looking at the media real quick, that looks like a memorable album. Like these might not be nothing. So it's Barbra Streisand. It is something that I've seen before. Let's make sure there's nothing here. Peter, Paul, and Mary are cool, but not valuable. Neil Diamond. Roberta Flack might be good. Killing Me Softly. I don't think that's the album Killing Me Softly is on. Bellamy Brothers is I'm keeping Bellamy Brothers. Roy Clark. If you haven't watched Roy Clark do Folsom Prison Blues, you should look it up on YouTube because it's fantastic. Mike Davis. Yeah, kind of like just super mediocre stuff. 45s don't do super well unless they're old and they are in something like this called a picture sleeve. This one looks like it's a jukebox copy. Chicago, Huey Lewis in the News. Okay, I have always picked up these. One, and this is 17, and this is 23. And like, there's a numbered series that goes all the way up like that from Janet Ivanovich. And if you find 8 or 10 of them in a row, then you're in good shape. And it looks like they've got a lot, so we're going to do some digging, but I don't know. Also, New Moon Eclipse are part of the Twilight series. I see those all the time. I never see the first book, Twilight. I never see the first book in that series. So we ended up with a lot of Janet Ivanovich, but not any like runs, so we're gonna leave those behind. So I was striking out a little bit. All I had was these records that I wanted to keep, a shirt that I got for myself, and a couple of Stephen King books for 50 cents that probably aren't worth picking up. Then I found this box fan for $5, these phones for $5, and I literally just sold a pack of very similar phones for 30. So hopefully those comp out similarly or better. And then this Torque thing that's $10, I'm gonna comp and see. It's like for hand towels, but it's sealed on both sides. And then this is vintage and sealed. I don't see a date on it, but 1995. And this is sealed in the package. Now it is $22, but it could have astronomical comps. So we're gonna look into that stuff. Ooh, also, I just turned the camera up, turned it back on immediately, because if this is a good name brand, and it's not, it could be good anyway. It's Black & Decker. I might comp that. So in the last video, this Mr. Coffee Cafe, I said I probably should have dug into that more. I'm gonna do that. I'm not gonna for sure buy it, but I'm for sure gonna comp it out for parts better. What else is here? These I have done really well on, and that has all the parts. I did really well during the pandemic, and I've sold them a lot of times in the box, but I don't know about loose. We'll throw it in the cart because I got lots of work to do anyway. People swear by these super shooters. During Christmas, these are going to sell when people are making cookies with their family. I've never sold one, and I've had several of them and ended up donating them back. And if you guys follow my channel, you know I'm not overpricing them. I don't know what the deal is. I just don't know how to sell it. So this is interesting. It's been glued because the package broke, but it hasn't been out of the package. And it's from 1996. It's $4.40, so we'll see if that's any good. And then this thing seemed kind of interesting. If it got any age at all to it, maybe not. $1.84, we'll comp it. I got all kinds of work to do. So the Mr. Coffee seems to have one sold with a replacement carafe and none listed. So it should sell for $35. and it's 4. The 3D camera you can buy in better condition for $12, so this isn't worth spending $4 on. So at $4.40, this is like just under 50% sell-through rate, but there's a lot of just parts, and this has all the pieces in it. It has a like internal tray, and then the lid and the bowl and the strainer thing at the bottom, and so it's probably going to sell for $25 plus shipping and reasonably quickly. This just doesn't carry any value at all. Let's look at the phone and make sure that the E5813 is what's in there. Yeah, and it does have all 3 AT&T phones in nice shape, and the base unit, and probably all the other bases under the power cords. But okay, so when you search for just this number, the only sold thing that comes up is a replacement battery. There are none of any of these parts sold. Okay, so if you look this thing up by the model number, there are 11 listings. One of them is sealed brand new, and it's $122 plus shipping. But then everything else is just parts. There aren't any like working whole units, and nothing has sold. So I'm gonna look at Terapeak just in case, because at $20, if I can undercut the other guy and get $75 plus shipping, that would be a good deal. So Terapeak's only sold is just the battery for this, but it's sold for $25. But then that makes me think, I wonder if the battery's no good since it's been uncharged since 1995. Probably gonna pass on it. That surprises me a little bit. Retail on this is $30. So at 10, there's just not much left. $30 free shipping. I almost passed these up because they're so generic looking. Yankees. And they have the New York Yankees logo on them, but they still feel like bootleg. And then I looked at, and oh, they're probably a stadium giveaway. And there's 2 of them, and at $5.44, I don't know what the sell-through is yet, but they look like they should sell for $25 a piece. And there's 5 sold and 1 listed, and the one listed is $120. So those are definitely a get. So overall, not a bad take. I was hoping for more volume, but those 2 jerseys should sell really quick at the $35, $40 level. And then the rice cooker, 25 plus shipping, and the tea maker, I'm going to see if the other parts will sell, but that pitcher should sell for 25 plus shipping. So that's $5, $10, $15, $20 in, and then should be, let's say those sell for 40 a piece. That's 80, and 25 is 105, and another 25 is 130. So yeah, make $100, but that's, you know, kind of the selling price after fees and all of that, and who knows how long it'll take. It's not quick, easy money, but it is not difficult money. And, you know, you make it work when you can. I think that was reasonably successful. Let's go look at what's sold. All right, it's Saturday morning, and look what's sold. $27.99 free shipping. We just picked this up 2 minutes ago on the video. It's going to cost me like $9 to ship. Cost me $5 to buy. I bet I'm $3.50, $4 in fees. So let's call it 5 and 4 is 9, and 9's 18. And so I made like $9, just doing the simple math in my head on my $4 investment in less than 24 hours. That's pretty good. There's a handful of other things that sold, but I got to get into the computer. So part of the store buyout where I paid $1 a piece for everything, these 2 hats, Rusty Wallace NASCAR hats, they're not worth anything. These are kind of neat looking amongst NASCAR hats, but they just aren't worth anything. I honestly considered not listing them, and then I was like, well, it's 2 of the same driver. Maybe I'll put them together. And they sold for $8 plus shipping. Not really worth messing with too much, but better than throwing them away. I thought when I picked up this vintage Trench brand, I think it's Trench. No, it's not. Anyway, this vintage single stitch White Sox shirt, that it would do pretty well. It's been around a long time now. It doesn't have a date on it. Yeah, it does say Trench. See, I thought I knew what I was talking about. This tag is a little unreadable. Anyway, cool White Sox single stitch. I probably paid $3 or $4 for it. It was from Goodwill long enough ago that it probably wasn't the $5.44 that the shirts are now. And it sold for $11 plus shipping. Not a great pickup. East Pack or Jan Sport, either one, but this one is East Pack that and says made in the USA. Vintage book bags, very well made, very well respected, kind of sought after. I paid $2 for this at a yard sale probably a week ago. Sold for $40, free shipping. Really nice piece. I don't remember buying this, so I suspect it came from the bought everything out of a guy's store for $1, but I could have picked it up at Habitat for Humanity, but I don't remember where it came from. I wouldn't have given more than $1 or so for it. It sold for $15, free shipping, and had to be ended and relisted to get to that point. Another black single stitch shirt. This one is Marty Stewart, and I know that I got this off of Whatnot. It's got the Hillbilly Rock, and the problem with buying things off of Whatnot is that not all sellers are honest enough to disclose whatever the flaw was on this. I feel like it had a hole in it. I just don't, yeah, there it is. Not all the sellers are honest enough or thorough enough to tell you this has a hole in it. And so I had it listed for a long time. Eventually it did sell for $10 plus shipping. I would have assumed it sold for a lot more than that if it didn't have a hole in it and it was a better size. Marty Stewart's not like some great country artist, but for people my age, he was good in his day. How about these phones that we just talked about a minute ago on the video? Yesterday, for me, I went to pick up another set of AT&T phones and they weren't worth getting at all. This one I picked up for the same price, $5, and it sold for $30 plus shipping. So my suspicion is the same as the rice cooker. It'll be about $9, $10 on my $5 investment after all is accounted for. Another black single stitch. This isn't single stitch, but it is vintage, made in the USA. Calvin Klein on the front and the little hit on the back. And this sold for, oh, I had a bunch of shirts that were death pile things that like, yeah, is that really worth listing? And rather than doing the research, I just listed them all for $9.99 plus shipping to make it expeditious to get them listed. And that one sold on a 10% off offer. So it was whatever it would be, $8.80. Maybe it was 12% because that would make more sense with my numbers. Yeah, it sold for $8.80 plus shipping. Yeah, so there's that. We have a glut of Caterpillar hats around here, so I find them all the time. I don't pick them up unless they're basically brand new or something unique about them. This one was basically brand new and it was $1. Caterpillar Equipment Training Solutions, Richardson.
Can't join the crew, Richardson. Don't do anything.
Oh, don't I? You like what you see?
And then corporate caterpillartraining.com. Just a nice looking hat. Nobody ever wore this. This was given away at a training and donated to somewhere. And it sold for $14, free shipping. And then this one sold for $13 plus shipping, made in the US, Sergeant Leisure, and then it says Waikiki on it, and it's kind of a crop toppy. It's real boxy. It's actually wider than it is long, and I paid $1 for this at a yard sale last summer. And this is another one where it has sold twice, and one of them didn't pay and one of them returned it, and now it's sold again for $14 free shipping. No, plus shipping. $14 plus shipping. And that's everything that sold that I got to ship on Saturday morning.